I'm Maria Cruz Sink.
I am Brian Sink, and we are the head of the Red Lantern Bike Shop.
So we are a nonprofit organization that works with bicycles. We connect people to bicycles. So every year we do these small little kid bike giveaways. So, you know, like bicycles that have training wheels, that kind of size. And we give those away a couple times a year around the holidays, beginning of summer, and like if we have more towards the end of summer, we will have like 70 or 80 little kid bikes. We put them all out in our parking lot in our shipping container in Braddock, and a child comes with an adult and we kind of connect them to a bicycle that they like. We also do adult bikes. We take bike donations, we repair them, and we get them what we call mechanic ready. Ours are ready to ride, so you can get a bike from us and go onto a trail or, you know, street riding or whatever that day.
Well, basically in the bike community and bike races like the Giro d'Italia or the Tour de France, whoever came in last place got the Red Lantern prize. It comes from the Red Lantern on old trains. The caboose would have a Red Lantern on it, and so that's kind of where the name came from.
It's to honor the person that didn't give up, and you know, because you could quit the race and just not do anything, but this was honoring the person who just kept at it, knowing that they were coming in absolutely last.
I volunteered at a few other bike shops, one in Pittsburgh, and then there's also another one, a couple others around the country. I was actually volunteering at a place called Free Ride, actually over in the Construction Junction building, and they used to do, like, they classically don't really do much with kids' bikes. We used to get so many little kid bikes there that we just couldn't get rid of them fast enough. So we kind of sprouted out from there with these kid bikes that we couldn't give away fast enough. We met up with John Fetterman in Braddock originally, and his wife Giselle, and they supplied us with a shipping container, and we started giving out kids bikes. And then we were also repairing bikes on Saturdays. That's probably about 10 years ago.
2013.
Since then, we've actually we started moving into a church in Turtle Creek, where there's a thrift store present. And that's been around since the 70s, and we've kind of combined forces with them. I mean, a lot of people had a thing when they were kids where like, oh, I remember riding my bike and riding everywhere and be able to go somewhere quicker than you could if you walked, or, you know, you have to bother if someone parent for a ride or anything, and you get the freedom to go and hang out with friends. Beyond that, there's also a matter of like with people, there's a transportation issue. As in, imagine, it's not just like having a bicycle for transportation, but like, you know, possibly like comboing a bicycle with the bus now. So like, hey, will you buy a bike from us in Turtle Creek? Now you can pop that bike and throw it on a bus, and you can go downtown, you can go across town. And that kind of expands out where people can do for life, for jobs, for things like that. We get piles and piles of bicycles, which is a good problem to have. And the problem is we chronically have always had a storage problem. We went from a shipping container in Braddock, which we still have, which is full of bicycles. And now we are in a church over in Turtle Creek, and we just pile up bikes. And pile up bicycles, and they get all tangled up like a big bowl of spaghetti. And then we try to fix them, so we have to untangle them and move them around, and so it takes a lot of manpower actually.
Bikes, I mean, at this point, like bikes that we've touched, whether it's little kid bikes that we've given away or adult bikes that we've repaired, well over 10,000 bicycles, which is a lot for a small volunteer team. People hear about us.
People clean out their garages.
Yeah.
Kid moves away, the bike sits around for 3 years, it comes to us. People get a new bike, their old bike comes to us.
Yeah, and I mean, I think most bikes that come from private homes are not in that much disarray. Then we've also had bikes like from police departments that they've picked up, you know, bicycles from like that have been abandoned. Yeah. And, oh, we have 20 bikes, do you want these? So they've come from all over the place. I mean, I'd love to expand in a way that, you know, we could hire, I mean, we have this dream of, so like bicycles are, you know, freedom and their transportation, you know, like we did one summer with a teen program called Braddock Youth Project, where we trained a couple youth members who were in their teenage years on how to repair bikes, but we would love to expand that into a bigger program where, you know, like, so anyone who needs like a new tire or something like that, they could take their bike over to us, and that just helps us financially. You know, we don't have a lot of like foundation help or anything like that. We're really doing this out of like sheer will. Like, you hear on the news all the time, like our area, like Turtle Creek, Braddock, and just the Mon Valley in general just like suffers from a lot of violence, and you know, like, and you always hear like, oh, teens have nowhere to go and nothing to do, and we feel like this is such a opportunity to kind of connect those things and be a safe place where teens know that they can kind of drop in and like do something.